Okay, so hello everyone, very good evening. This is Madhushri and I am Secretary of CA Hyderabad. So we have our
Little
host CA
louder,
Dipti
not
Chheda
audible,
ma'am.
beta.
Okay, so just a second. So we have our host CA Dipti Chheda ma'am here. So to speak about ma'am, she is actually very experienced over 2 decades with CA and CMA fraternity. So she has a conceptual teaching style and for daily motivation. She successfully educated over 10,000 students in Hyderabad and through online platforms across India and abroad also. So, ma'am is renowned for her unique technique methods, booster notes, which empower students to become an independent question solvers over the time. So, to talk about ma'am's achievements, she already mentioned that she is a national level elocution competition winner and also a best paper presenter. So we are very grateful to have you here today on the behalf of Sikasa Hyderabad. We are actually thankful. So I hope you all will have a good session with ma'am. So I just want ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madhushri. It's a great initiative you all are taking to connect the students and teachers and to give best for the exam so that all of you students get superb result and go ahead in your journey. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
quickly, it's like very few days left for the upcoming exam of Group 1. So let us begin up to the mark what we are here together for. Hope you all have taken the printout of MTP 1 and 2 and RTP. I have already circulated so many of you. I can see here your names that you all are already there in the Telegram group also. There or from Institute's website. Take a print because when you have hard copies, it makes a difference. Until you qualify, you have to write 3 hours of exam, right? How we have scheduled it is I will be discussing first the paper pattern and the strategy, which is very important, being taught for PCC, IPCC, CA Inter years. There's some trend, something which we can make out. That should be a holding point. That I will tell you in the coming 10 minutes. Then we will start discussing MTP 1 and 2 for DT and then GST. Is that fine? Okay, I never like to dominate the class. So anytime, any doubts you have, you can put it in the chat box or you can unmute and speak up also in the class. No problem. Right? But very sure I'll make, I'm not here to test your knowledge. Oh, you don't know this amendment? Oh, you don't know. No, that's not it. If there's some change in capital gain and your RTP is exactly incorporating all the amendments application, amendment lectures by all the teachers will be out जिससे भी आपने पढ़ा है, and if you want to see my amendment lectures they are also there in YouTube. But in the amendment lecture you get the concept, okay, कि this is the change in the capital gain rate and all. But to apply that and solve in exam, that's the reason you all should solve RTP. RTP is not as per the paper pattern. There are some questions I saw in the costing RTP also, they are little lengthy also. So don't go by the length and marks and all, but the purpose of solving RTP is whatever amendments are there, incorporate it and you are able to apply it and solve the questions. So there are few things I have marked which are very important. Okay, keep the chat box active. What do you all say? Should we do DT first or GST first? Yes, as you wish. Whatever you wish, we are going to do that. And while solving the question, I'll teach you how to read the question. And while solving, what are the pitfalls? It's no one listening to me right now is new. I'm not teaching here the core concept. But exactly, I've corrected the MTP papers also of the institute. What you go to the chapter and write. So exactly there are places wherein no students will get 0 out of 5 in value of supply. But out of the 90 papers, 85 papers are there which are not getting more than 3 out of 5. So there's some common area where little more depth, if you put little more practice, if you do, you will get it. That's what we are doing. Okay? Okay. GST, income tax, DT. Oh my God, the poll is going equal. Okay. Chalo. I'm sharing my screen here. We all know that we get 15 minutes of reading time. Make sure you reach on time on exam, black ballpoint pen and calculator. This is my calculator. Use the same calculator which you use in the final exam so that you get a good practice now also. And very important is, while you utilize your reading time, don't start solving the MCQs. It's a temptation. Okay, MCQs I will score, it's good. But in the reading time, 15 minutes, make the choice. Yeah, according to paper pattern, we all know we have choice in the professional exam. So that choice, if you can read the question and make, then start your answer with the question what you know best. That's why just give me 5 minutes already, because time is very important for all of us. I have kept it ready here. Okay. This is the paper pattern of the CA exam, right? Okay. You have DT as well as IDT for 50-50 marks. Now, what is exactly case scenario? Case scenario is nothing but a question only and stepwise answer. If you read the case scenario, it's a question where the first line is your sale consideration. The second answer is the index cost, fair market, stamp duty, so much of extra flavors they will put, like we Hyderabadis eat biryani. And the third answer will be your section 54. I hope you are getting. So case study is nothing but a single question. And any student in the class feels that, ma'am, I need to work out MCQ. I can't do it orally here. Then it's okay to have a rough work in the answer sheet. And like, just like, I'll tell you one thing. Suppose they are asking in one MCQ that what is the gross total income, हाँ अगर ऐसे आपको पूछते हैं, and what are the deductions. So rather than doing in calculator quickly, I can write, okay, 80 Ds 25,000, 80 Gs Prime Minister's Relief Fund direct, and then do the total. So it's absolutely okay to have a rough work. And one more presentation, very, very important, I want to say to all of you, where marks are going in. Suppose they are asking you gratuity. Gratuity received is 5 lakhs. Less exempt is least of the three. I'm teaching you something presentation. Government limit 20 lakhs. Actual gratuity 5 lakhs. And 15 by 26 of the last month's salary into number of years and all. So in any case, if your this goes wrong, if your this goes wrong, if your government limit is right, you will get half. Is this point helpful to all of you? Please understand this. As a teacher, I have cleared 63-67% in 10th and 12th. And then I did my CA. I completed in 1999, clearing Inter in first attempt with exemption in DT costing. Final failed twice, once at 196. So I know the importance of those 4 marks. This is what I want you to understand first. You all are too good in understanding logic and working hard, but don't miss out on not writing the things or overwriting the things. Listen carefully. Residential status triple column you all prepare, right? Below that, just write the points which are important. Ma'am, but study material suggested answer for half page residential status, 1.5 page answer, because you know it well. But if it is for 5 marks, institute is giving so many extra points for your understanding. You don't have to write all that. Okay. Now, coming to the next logic here, one more thing I want to say, very, very important for your GST. Your GST question is there, you make the column IGST, SGST, and then you solve output tax, input tax, and you start solving. Very important point to remember here. Suppose in input tax, there are 30 invoices, out of that 2 invoices are missing. So you will not take the ITC, but write a small note there itself. That note, if you write, even if your figures are wrong, you get marks. Next, for example, third lot is received, ITC available only on the last lot. So then write it, dear students. I hope you are getting. Yeah. And when I'm teaching this input minus output, very important is RCM tax you have to pay in cash. Even if, say, my output tax is 80 rupees. My input tax is 95. Ma'am, output is 80, input is 95. Why should I pay tax? But in input, I have paid tax on certain goods on RCM section 93 that I have to pay in cash. Is this clear to all of you? Another common mistake is electronic credit ledger. ITC is accumulated in electronic credit ledger. This you can use to pay only tax. You cannot pay interest penalty. Like this, there are beautiful points which are, repeated. So this was a part of the presentation. Come back now to the paper pattern. Paper pattern, ma'am, क्यों पता करना है? So that your mindset is clear from now only. कि, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this. Look here. You will get the first case study wherein 3 questions will be there for 2 marks, 3 questions for 2 marks each, 6. Then one separate MCQ for 2 marks, one MCQ for 1 mark. So 15 year, 30 marks के तो आपके MCQs ही हो गए, right? Division B. Question number 1 is compulsory to solve, but not compulsory to solve first. Are you all with me? कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आप फर्स्ट सॉल्व करें. It will be like default tax regime, normal tax regime, compare and pay the tax. So you can solve it later. Question number 2, 3, 4. Any two you have to do for 10 marks. If you do extra, they will correct and give the marks, and least one they will deduct, but that will take your time, dear students. So if you ask my suggestion, ma'am, how should we start the answer? Question number 2, 3, 4, whatever you know best. Say question number 3B is house property. 3A is residential status. If you know well, start with that. That will give you a boost first half an hour. Okay, I know. Chalo, these many marks are 10 marks are confirmed. Huh. Question number 2, 3, 4. The best part why I'm asking you to solve is TDS, TCS 2 marks bits. Return of income 1 mark bit. Something goes wrong, you still have stepwise marks to score. Okay. So you can start with what you know best. Question number 2, 3, 4. Then the compulsory question. And MCQs, if you do later also, you will do it faster. But not at the end. Okay. Same way in Division B also, one case study for 6 marks, another for 6 marks, or they can give a big case study of 6 questions and 2 marks each. Yeah. Compulsory questions nowadays, combos ka zamana hai. They are not giving value of supply and the ITC problem separately. Value of supply, say you will get your output tax. ITC will give you input tax, taking care of section 17.5, that's the blocked credit. And then you can do any of the questions here. Here in theory questions, mandatory, you will get the question from place of supply. And for CA exam, accounts, TDS, TCS is introduced last year. Last year, they didn't ask accounts and records. So simple theory question they can ask, plus GSTR 1A. That's a hot favorite amendment added now between GSTR 1 and 3B. Added, even they have covered it in the RTP. One very nice question. Yeah. And then remaining questions are fixed. 2 questions from supply, whether this is supply or not. 2 questions from time of supply for goods and services. And then 2 questions from registration and return. When they should file final return, what is the effect? This is the mindset. That's all for the paper pattern. Tell me, is this helpful to you? Any doubts you have in your mind? If you are ready now only for the paper pattern before the exam, अरे कितना solve करना है, क्या करना है, you know. Question number 2, 3, 4 are for 10 marks. In that also 6 and 4, 5 and 5. Any one you can start with first. You can start question number 3, B first, and then A, and then 4 ka bhi B first, your wish. Okay? Right? And presentation I have told you. In your question number 1 also, by any chance your income goes wrong, so obviously your tax will go wrong. But if you have written 0 to 3 lakh in the default tax regime, 3 to 7 lakh, 7 to 10, if you have written the rates correctly, you will get stepwise marks for that. That's why it will not take extra time. वैसे you have to do in calculator, उतना ही time it will take. And if it is a theory question, you can write in pointers and in the same point highlight the clue words, write the conclusion separately, residential status, right? Chalo. So here we now start with the MTP. Okay. Chalo, all the MTPs are ready with me here. So let us start with the first MTP. Anyone is having any doubt, you can put it in the chat box, and after completing one MTP, then we can take a break so that we all are focused also and we are here also together. Okay. All right. Yeah. Very nice questions are there in the MCQs also. So this is the first case scenario they have given. Manisha is a research scholar. She's unmarried and all. Let us first see what kind of question they are asking. Yeah. Manisha does not manufacture. She just, this is already earlier also asked. ये पहले भी एक बार आरटीपी में ही पूछा था कि she is getting the khadi product and selling. Means that what do you mean by this? Huh? That she is a trader here. She's a trader here. What happened? Right? That means she's a trader. And now after this, all financial transactions are carried out by account pay. Means if she wants to go for 44AD, 44AD as a trader, she'll just have to pay 6% of the net profit. Are you all reading? Yeah. Her paternal grandfather is the Karta of HUF. Her grandfather comes to visit India every 6 months, and HUF is managed outside India. All the decisions of HUF are also taken outside India. Manisha has opted out of the default tax regime. Is the question clear to all of you? पहले ही बोल दिया कि she has opted out. Now, what is the residential status of HUF? Now only you can know what is the residential status of HUF. So the HUF status is non-resident. Why? Because HUF control and management is 100% outside India. All the decisions are taken by the Karta outside India. So it's a non-resident. Done. Determine the taxability of gift received by Manisha from her father's sisters and her friends. Okay. Let us see what kind of gift she has received. ये तो सब एग्जीबिशन की इनकम है. Gift from father's sister. Okay. Gift from father's sister is relative, so not taxable. Cash gift received from friends, 27,000. It will be taxable if it exceeds 50,000. बस income of HUF तो वैसे ही exempt है. This is the cost of the material. And Mr. Patel of South Africa gave her a check of 5 lakhs as donation. She requested over the check. Acha. She received the check and she has donated. इसका तो कुछ नहीं करना. Okay. Now, tell me how much gift she has received, these two. Out of that, this is exempt. This is also exempt because it is less than 27,000. हाँ, so 51,000 will be exempt. ये taxed वाला तो नहीं आएगा. Exempt. Yeah, this one is the correct answer. 51,000 is exempt and 21,000 received as gift from friend is not taxable. Throughout the year, if I receive more than 50,000, then it's going to be taxable. Tell me honestly, dear students, is the way I'm teaching, am I revising the provision also? 50,000 gift from all the people throughout the year will be taxable. Chalo, next now. Yeah, you will also get the recording of this. It's just CA Dipti Chheda in YouTube. If you click, you will get the channel. पर आप साथ में करो so that if you have a doubt, you can ask. Next one. What would be the total income of Manisha if she wishes to save maximum income? Okay. So total income will be she can go for 44AD also and all. Scholarship, it's exempt. Gross receipts from exhibition held in South Africa. Okay. Very well, it is taxable. Gross receipts from exhibition held here. AV, this is all her gross receipts and gross receipts. So these are the 4 gross receipts. Pick up your calculator now. Keep a rough book with you so that you can do the total with me. 10 plus 12 plus 1.05. अभी तो हम ऐसे ही करेंगे. Plus 2.25. How much is her gross receipts? I'm writing here. The gross receipts are, I want all of you also to write if you have a printout. If not, write in notebook, because directly if you check the answer, you will not get. This is her gross receipts. Now against this, what are her expenses? All this. Material, other expenses. 17,55,000. 2530 minus 1755. Yeah, correct, is it? How much is your total coming? 12 lakh plus 1 lakh plus RTP. तो yes, capital gain के problem बिल्कुल करेंगे. थोड़ा रुक जाओ बेटा. Cost of the material 12 lakhs, handmade, other eligible business expense, cost of the honey purchased for sale in the exhibition in India. Okay. 7,75,000 is this profit. But they are saying which one she should go. So because all her receipts are 6%, can she go for 40 for AD? Yeah. 25 lakh 30,000 ka 6%. 25 lakh 30,000 ka 151. Tell me, dear students, clear or not? She can go for 44 AD for maximum tax saving rather than this. So this is the answer. Is my speed fine? I want some message in the chat box. If it is all clear, then AC. All clear. Easy. This is the way you have to read. First you read the questions and related to that, you can actually do. Thank you. Thank you. But you write the answers better so that it is clear. Okay. Now let us go to the next case study. Mrs. Ritu is government employee. Oh, 1952 में हमारे जमाने में senior citizens all benefit. This is the MTP of CA Inter MTP 1. MTP 1 and 2 are there, no, with the institute. If you want, here I cannot, but in CA Dipti Chheda, any videos, if you click, you will get the Telegram and WhatsApp link, or you message me, I will send you. Koi baat nahi. Save this number. Don't keep calling this number, but because you have trusted and all of you are here, this is Dipti Chheda's concept class number. Just message me. I will send you these MTPs. You can take a printout and then again watch the recording. 9290065156. ठीक है? चलो. Okay. So Ritu is a government employee. पहले हम questions देख लेंगे. As what would be the amount of deductions? Oh, ATC तो दिख ही गया, LIC and all. What would be the gross total income? And what would be the total income if she pays tax under 115 BAC? Gross total income under normal provisions. And chapter 6. Are you getting? Don't you think, ma'am, this is just a total income questions of 6 marks and 3 bids they are asking us to solve? If the mindset is clear, you will be able to do it. Huh? So now how confident you are, no, ki Dipti ma'am is going to take care, we are listening and doing. Same way you have to be very confident about yourself in exam. I'm to being a very average student right from beginning. But I have excelled at everything because the game is in the mind. Be super confident. Any more help you can need, you can message me. Chalo, aa jao. Ritu. She's retired government employee. She's born in 1942. I want all of you to check the age. Anil Kapoor's movie was there, 1942. Huh. So 2000 minus 1942 plus 24. How old she is? 82 years. Super senior citizen. I hope you remember in default tax regime, whether you are 82 years or you are resident or non-resident, basic exemption is only 3 lakh. Huh. Here it makes a difference. In the normal regime, if you are a super senior citizen, basic exemption is 5 lakh. है ना? चलो. She is residing in Delhi. She stayed with her son Nakul from May 24 to October, who is residing in Australia. She stayed with her son Nakul. Acha, 1st May to October, so she was outside India. Is it? Huh. She stayed in India for 361 days during the preceding 4 years. During the previous year, 24-25, she has received a pension. Superb question. Retired employees, if they receive the pension, do they get standard deduction? Answer is yes. Yeah. After deducting TDS, she has got the pension. And she has also received interest. She has also received one more interest. 67,500 is net. Always interest pe TDS is 10%. So this is 90%. Whenever they give net income, you have to gross up 67,500 into 100 divided by 90. कितना आ रहा है? 75,000. Yes. 75,000. Right? Okay. Now, did you observe one thing? Here, 194P, you all should have it in your mind. Senior citizen just having pension income, P for pension, P for 194 TDS ka section, and they receive everything in the bank. Other than pension, they just have FD interest and saving interest in the bank. So their return will be filed by bank, and tax will also be paid by bank by way of deducting in the TDS. Okay, right. Now, she has purchased 2 life insurance policy for her son Yuvan. LIC you can take for married daughter seniors. My son is 23 years old. Can I take LIC for him also? Yeah. Done. Now, person insured for Yuvan. She has taken the policy. Sum assured ka 10%. I hope you remember in ATC. Sum assured ka more than 10% you cannot. So 98,465 is one policy. Shobha, wife के लिए, हाँ, 45 years old. अच्छा, married daughter के लिए लिया है, चलो ठीक है, 2 lakh and premium paid is 17,000. So this will be covered in your ATC. Do the total 98,465 plus 17,000. So that comes to 115,765. Now, excuse me, she has taken a medical premium for herself, 35,000. Yeah. She incurred 7,500 for health checkup expense, which will be allowed 5,000. 35 is allowed. For senior citizen, 80D ka deduction kitna allowed hai? 50,000. That's why I'm saying use a rough work in answer sheet, and I know those who do this correction ki koi farak nahi padta. Don't write anything in the question paper. That's important. Chalo. She has also incurred medical expenditure. No. Either policy premium will be allowed or expenditure. तो ये नहीं मिलेगा. In cash. In the month of March, she incurred medical expenditure for herself. Not allowed. She has given wristwatch of 10,000 on her birthday. Oh, husband will give watch to wife. No problem. Her husband is a resident. ठीक है. तो ये कितना आ गया? 80D 40,000. I'm repeating, for 60 years and above, if there is no policy, this is a very nice concept in Mediclaim. For 60 years and above, if there is no policy, then Mediclaim premium is still not there. So then actual medical expenditure are allowed up to 50,000. But here She has paid premium also. And she has done expenditure in cash and bank also. Cash wala to LIC health checkup, you cannot give it in cash. Nowadays, agents are also smart, hai na? So they will take check or online payment. Because she has paid the premium, can you claim her expenditure also? No, not at all. Okay? And upper limit is, I hope, clear. So this we are making the data ready. Thoda bada hi hai ye problem. Okay. Chalo. Now, first one. What would be the deduction allowed? Okay. ATC 115765. ATD 40,000. Anything else, dear students? Ma'am suggested answer all are going above 2 lakh and you have to come only 115 and 40. आप तो अभी इधर ही हैं. One thing, bang on I'm saying, tell it to all your friends. Never any CA exam will be complete. That is ATTTA and ATTT. Chew it, eat it up, make it your best friend. If there is saving account interest in income from other sources, ATTTA, deduction you get, right? In the saving account interest, which is added in other source, ATTTA deduction is allowed less than 60 years up to 10,000. You're a senior citizen, ATTTB. Here 10,000, here 50,000 deduction. Here only saving interest, here saving an FD. Very nice comparative snippets I make. And if you feel my efforts are helpful to you, do give a feedback on the number I have shared or any of the YouTube videos. It will help me and others also to, go for these ways of learning which makes you confident. So now, dear students, come back to the question, what is missing? ATTTB. Ma'am, why? Because she has got interest, na? एक तो पेंशन मिला है क्रेडिटेड इन हर अकाउंट. टीडीएस मिला है. She has received 432 this interest and this interest. Oh, 50,000 say more only she has received the interest. Now do the total. How much deduction she has got? Please do the total. 2,05,466. That's the answer. Nice question. So many points were there. As good as it's a question only. What would be the gross total income of Ritu under the normal provisions? Okay. Pension. Pension she is getting, no? अभी तो हमने किया ना, कहाँ गया pension? Yeah. 715,461 minus 50,000 standard deduction because she is going for normal. When she goes for default, then the standard deduction is 75,000. You have to go through amendments again and again. So the pension income after deduction is 665,461 and then 4,352 interest and then 75,000. Please gross up and take the interest. Don't miss out. Okay. अच्छा पेंशन में और यहाँ पे भी टीडीएस है 14565. This TDS is there, no? In the pension TDS के बाद ही कटा है. So the total is coming to 759. Are you all getting in your calculator? Huh? Pension का plus TDS minus 50,000. And then saving account interest and then FD interest, you will get this answer under normal provisions. What would be the total income if she pays the tax under default tax regime? Oh, normal mein what was the income? 759. Normal mein it was 759. $378. But in normal, you have taken 50,000 deduction. If you go in default, 75,000 deduction. So can you take 25 more deduction? 759, 378 plus 25,000. Minus 25. Why minus, dear students? And then add back all the deductions what you have given. Just now you gave now 205466. Oh, sorry, gross total income this is. No need to give deductions. Already this is gross total income, additional 25,000 deduction. So this is coming to 734,378. It's rounded off to 80. That's the answer. Is my speed fine? No point in me going on saying unless you don't understand. My only purpose of taking this class is to feed in lot of confidence in you all. और RTP में से question आएंगे या नहीं, but the amendment of RTP. So please wait till end. I will start the RTP with the capital gain question. That's very important. That's all for the 2 MCQs. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for keeping the chat box also active. Sure. Now 2 marks ka 1 MCQ and 1 mark ka. Yeah. Arun has transferred the following long-term capital assets. Okay. Residential house and jewelry. You know, whenever they say they sell jewelry, and you sell anything and you buy the house, you get 54F. All the deductions, sell the house, buy the house, 54. Sell land and building and bonds, 54 EC. I'm not asking you to learn the way I have learned. But many students ask me, ma'am, should we quote the sections? If you know it is good, if you don't, there is no minus mark. But sometimes by way of learning the section, we link up the provision, right? Sell the house, buy the house, 54. Sell land and building, buy bonds in 6 months, 54 EC. Sell anything. Yeah, and buy the house, 54F. 54F is the only one where there is a formula. Logically, if you understand, it's not a formula. And rest everywhere, capital gain or investment, whichever is lower is exit. So with this beautiful concept, Acha, I want to ask one thing to all of you. What is 23rd July 2024? It's your birthday. It's not my birthday. My birthday is in August. Bolo, bolo. Anyone in the class? Because I want you to remember this date. From 23rd July 24, what happened? Can anyone say in the chat box? Very good, very good, very good. The new finance bill. So the rates have changed for capital gain. Yeah. So if you have sold the land and building before 23rd July, then mandatory indexation. After 23rd July, then you have an option. You can take indexation ke saath 20% tax and without indexation 12.5% tax on transfer of land and building. Now here, Arun brought a house in 1st April 23. When did he transfer the house? 25/11/24. Oh, these both have transferred the house after only. Yeah, right. So now let us take up residential house. Arun has brought the house on 1/4/23 and sold it in 25/11/24 before 2 years. So this is short-term capital gain. Yeah. And on sorry, 1 minute, sorry. This is he brought new house prior to the date of the transfer. You can purchase the house 1 year backward. Really sorry, this is that date. 1 year backward. So he has purchased the house on 1st 25/11/24. So 25, 11, 23 years purchase. So will not get a deduction for this. I hope you are getting. घर बेच के घर लिया है तो you will not get a deduction. Now, and he deposited 3 crore in the capital gain scheme. Mr. Arun has withdrawn 3 crore and acquired a house for 2.5 crore. What would be the capital gain if expenses in connection with the jewelry are 2 lakhs? First of all, house is sold 8 crores, cost is 6 crore, 2 crore. 2 crore ko I will take 200 lakhs. House is sold. This is your capital gain. Huh? Date of purchase and all is missing. So no indexation, nothing. Okay? Now, jewelry consideration is 3 crore, 300 lakhs. But out of that, 2 lakhs is to expense. So 298 lakhs. And cost is 200. So 98 lakhs. Are you all with me? Anyone in the class is having doubt? 8 crores में sale किया 6 crore. So 2 crore or 200 lakhs. Right? And this is 298 or 200. So 98 lakhs. So how much it is? 298 lakhs. Now, sell the house and buy the house. So, he has brought a residential house 1 year prior. ये तो नहीं मिलेगा. But he has deposited 3 crore in the CGA scheme. Yeah? And out of that, he has withdrawn on 1st May 25, 2.5 crore. So this you have sold the house and purchased the house. So 200 crore will be exempt under section 54. Write down. Sell the house, buy the house. 200 crores, 200 lakhs is 2.5 crore. ठीक है ना? So 54. Still you have 0.5 crore. That is 50 lakhs. So can we do section 54F? Ma'am, why 54F? You have sold jewelry and you have purchased house. Very nicely, I have given this concept also with all examples in my compiler. आपने नहीं किया तो आप अभी कर लो. What's the sale consideration? 298. What's the capital gain? 98. Then why did you invest only 50 lakh? Why I am taking 50 lakh? Because already 200 lakhs is taken here. House purchased and household. Now only 50 lakhs is left. Chalo. Cross multiply. 298 में 98 है. 50 lakhs में कितना? 98 into. Tell me, is there any formula? Sale consideration में capital gain. Investment में how much? Those who have done insurance claims in accounts will understand this. It's coming to 16 lakhs 44,295. Now this is to exempt. This is how much is taxable? थोड़ा बड़ा ही था problem. 98 lakhs minus 1644,295. So you are getting this as your answer. I want all of you to pause, write it down, because this is covering as good as complete amendments of your business. थोड़े और rates हैं, but ये सबसे अच्छा है. Cost of purchase and index rates are not given, so we are not going to take that. All clear? Nice. Chalo. Last one is for the 1 marks. Yeah, we are taking more times for MCQ only because those are important. While deciding the liability of individual to deduct TDS of fees for professional service, which of the following is material? Okay. While deducting TDS for the professional service, their receipts, amount paid to professionals, turnover of the financial year immediately preceding, turnover of the financial year in which payment is made, okay, an amount of the fee for the professional service. Definitely, when you are deciding to deduct TDS, You have that too for the professionals, it's 194J. So 194J will see whether your turnover exceeds or not. So which year's turnover? The year your turnover exceeds, in the same year TDS provisions are applicable. Jahan pe your turnover exceeds 1 crore, then TDS is applicable for individual and HUF. And he was an individual. Okay. So for individual and HUF, whenever the turnover exceeds, that same year TDS is applicable. Okay, I want to take a change here. We have solved the MCQs of MTP 1. Now let us do the case scenario and MTP of 2, and then we can take a break. Huh? Chalo. Chandani's case, this is what is the total amount. Okay. What is the total amount of tax to be deducted? What is the amount of capital gain chargeable to tax? What is the amount of losses that can be carried forward if a return is filed? Oops. मतलब ये तो बिना देखे now you can answer that for this, so it answer will be nil only. If you are not filing your return on time, you are not allowed to carry forward the loss except house property and unabsorbed depreciation. So this is the very easy. Acha, for rest two, what is the TDS to be deducted? Let us read the question. Chandni, aged 45 years, provided the date of her gross receipts, and she is engaged in the agency business. So receipts from profession or dono mila lo. During financial year, she paid 120 to a contractor for polishing old furniture. She has taken services from renowned interior for self-occupied house, for which she paid 2,50,000. Okay. So basically, what they are asking, if you make payment to contractors and all, 194C is there. Interior decorators and all, 194J is there. But it is not applicable because she has taken it for personal purpose. Ma'am, if they are not covered in CNJ, will they be covered in 194B, I think, B, no? B section. 194M, sorry. B to rent. 194M. Personal payments also, the TDS is applicable in 194M provided the payment to interior decorator or contractor exceeds 50 lakhs. Here, though, it is not exceeding 50 lakhs. She has just paid this much. So, what's the total amount on which TDS to be deducted? कोई TDS नहीं लगे. अब capital gain. She sold a commercial property 50 lakhs में. Stamp duty value was 52 lakhs. Superb logic. Superb logic. Ma'am, you have taught no stamp duty value, whichever is higher, we should take. Yeah? No. But whenever your sale consideration is 50 lakhs, 110% ले लेना. 55 lakhs के ऊपर है, then only you have to take stamp duty value. 10% grace is allowed. So here the stamp duty value is 50 lakhs. Maximum students will do a mistake here. That's why I'm sharing. Do share this link of this video. After it is uploaded with your friends, they will thank you. Huh? Are, do you agree or not? Did you get the concept what I'm teaching? Sale consideration stamp duty, dekhte say, man, section 50C, stamp duty, whichever is higher. No, dear students. 10% grace is there. So here, what will be the sale consideration? 50 lakhs. It was purchased in 40 lakhs. Should I take CII? Yes. Because that happy birthday of the Finance Act is 23rd July. So this is the sold before, of course, mandatory indexation. Okay. So it was purchased for 40 lakhs on 28th of April 2017. Okay. Now, I always talk like this dialogue. Huh? 272 is the index in 1718, and now it has become 263. You know what was available in 272 has become 263. So 40 lakhs ka index cost kitna? Pick up your calculators and tell me. 40 lakhs into 363 divided by 272. Oops, loss is coming. 53.38, and 50 lakhs is the sale consideration. So loss is coming. That too long term. Why long term? Because more than 2 years. You look at the case scenario and you're already scaring yourself. अरे बाप रे क्या क्या पूछा है, amendment भी है, ये capital gain भी है, ये भी है. If you look at this data, the mindset says, but there's a way of reading. Read with confidence what they have already asked, and you know the answer. Bang on, I'm saying. Of course, you have to practice amendment lectures 2 times. Any teacher's amendment lecture you're watching. My both are there, DT, IDT. वो देखो किसका देखो, but 2 बार देखो. Once to understand the amendment, second is to learn and apply. Income tax is not a theory subject that you rectify. It's not a practical subject. It's an application based subject. ठीक है? चलो हो गया. Next, Harsh wala question. What they have asked? Value of the rent-free accommodation in the hands of Harsh. Okay, RFA. What would be health insurance and car perquisite? Okay, there's a question from salary. Harsh is appointed as a senior manager in the company with a scale. Oh, wow. This is, you know, this concept. That's why I love solving MTP, because so many of the concepts are revised, dear students. You join, this is called as pay grade system. Pay grade system. So if you join in February 24, 35,000. Yeah. But your year is to 24-25. So your salary will be 35,000 till January into 10 months. February से हो जाएगा 38,500 into 2. Okay. He's paid DA, इसका 40%. He's paid rent-free accommodation. चलो. So shall we calculate the salary first? How much salary you all are getting? You all can rejoin. There's some power cut actually suddenly. If there's a power cut, please rejoin. Okay, so MTP2 we are solving now. Okay, yeah, there's a pay grade system. So 35,000 is the salary till January, 3,50,000. Put it in memory, and then you have 38,500 into 2, 77,000. So that's coming to 4,27,000 into 40%, 170,800. Okay. So this is the basic and DA. Now, he is given RFA. Okay. Right. RFA, how much he has given? On 1st May 24, which he occupied from 1st October. Okay. And the company is paying the rent of 5,000 per month. Okay. So RFA, इसका पहले total करो कितना आ रहा है? 597,800 का 10%. RFA. RFA is 59,780, or 5,000 per month is the rent paid by company from October. Though it is given earlier, but October से occupied है March तक. So whichever is lower. RFA's definition is basic DA, commission, bonus, taxable allowance, all. But it's not there here, right? So what you will take then? RFA as 10% of the basic NDA or rent paid, whichever is lower. So this is your first answer. What is the RFA's answer? 30,000. Is my speed fine? Are you all with me? Yeah. Some students could not rejoin. I don't know why, but this happens now. No option in this online. If you stay here, you will automatically get the answer. Chalo. He has provided the car of 2000 cc capacity, which is used by him for private purpose. See, partly here and partly private, then we have that 2400 per month or driver ka 900 and all that. But here, though, this is completely privately used. Yeah, in that case, what will be the value of the car? Monthly expenditure of car is 5,000. So 5,000 into 12, that's 60,000. And cost of the car is 8 lakh. So 10% depreciation, you are using company's asset. Then irrespective of the WDV and all, on original cost, you have to take 10% depreciation. Are you all with me? So 8 lakhs में 80% depreciation, wear and tear, employee, you will have to bear. And the cost also you. So 1,40,000 is the value of the perquisite of the car. Next, they have said is health insurance. Are you getting? One para, if you're reading, you can get one answer in exam and then close. He pays lump sum premium 150 towards health for self and wife for 48 months. Okay. On 1st October 24. He also contributes 150. So how Harsh would be eligible for deduction in respect of health insurance. So PPF is of no use. Now health insurance, he is just 45 years old. Even though he has paid 150. How much deduction in 80D is allowed maximum for self, spouse and children? 25,000. Okay, right. See, one mindset is there, dear students. Thank you so much for trusting and rejoining. Please don't keep testing yourself. Ma'am to kara rahe, mujhe to yaad nahi aa raha. MTP also enough flow, learn, revise. Until now, 2 to 3 times I said 80D is 25,000. For senior citizen, 50,000. Let it sink. Automatically, you will do it very nice in the exam. Okay. Yeah. Car one you want me to repeat, I'll repeat. Okay. First you listen and understand. See, if the car is used for official purpose, no problem. If it is used partly official, partly personal, then above 1.6 liters capacity, you remember? 2,400 per month and chauffeur ka nahi, wo sab aata hai. Kab? When partly office, partly. In this question, wholly personally used. Office car, expenditure paid by your boss, you are using personally, you bear the expenditure. 5,000 into 12, 60,000. Your boss has purchased the car for 8 lakhs. So 10% depreciation, 80,000. You bear it. Followed now. Is it clear? You asked me to repeat. I have repeated. I hope it is clear now. Done. Riddhima, 32 years, is an interior decorator. She has a professional receipts. Okay. She also on 125 is dividend, 465 is FD interest. See, FD interest, dekhte se my question to all of you. Will Riddhima get 80 TTA or TTB? Which one she will get? You know, looking at this and looking at this, you can decide. But I want you all to answer. Think and answer. Riddhima will get 80 TTA or 80 TTB? Some of you are saying 80 TTA. Nahi milega na beta. That's what I'm saying. It's not that you don't know. You know 80 TTA. Why? Ma'am, age is less than 60 years. 80 TTB to age is more than 60 years. That's right. But 80 TTA is only for saving interest. 80 TTB is up to 50,000 for senior citizen for saving and FD, and here to FD. Yeah, now you are right. See, dear students, how you all are juggling. 80 TTA is saving account interest up to 10,000 and less than 60 years. But this is to FD interest, though her age is 32. 80 TTB is saving and FD mila ke 50,000. In my compiler, I'm just sharing. I'm not doing any marketing, but I know how much efforts I've made in making these two books. This is the DT compiler, this is the IDT. Lot of examples and tables you will find. Ab bhi clear hai? Are now clear or not? No deduction. 80 TTB you will not get because Riddhima is not a senior citizen. But 80 TTA also you will not get because it's an FD interest. She incurred expenses 13 lakhs for profession, 30,000 as interest on loan for investing in shares. Superb amendment. Whenever you receive dividend from the company to invest in the shares of this company, he has taken a loan. She has taken a loan, and on loan she has paid interest. But if the dividend is 125, maximum 20% interest only she can deduct. That's 25,000. Oops, one second. Are you getting what? Just open way I'm teaching. Huh? एक ही मिलेगा बेटा 25,000. क्या हो गया इसको? Ma'am, but interest is 30,000. No, only allowed is 25,000. So 1 lakh will be the dividend. Okay. What would be a total income? Assuming she wishes to take the maximum saving without getting her books of accounts audited. Okay. Her professional receipts are 25 lakh 60,000. So she can go for 44 AD, no? ADA. 44 AD is for traders. अभी ये 44 ADA कितना आ रहा है 50%, 12,80,000. I hope you are getting 50% of the gross receipts. And dividend income 125 में though interest paid is 30, only 25 will be discussed. 465 is the FD interest. How much you all are getting total income? 18,45,000 is the total income. If you want, write down. If you are not having the printout of the MTP2, just now write down, message me, I will send you the links. You can take a printout, but abhi ek book mein answer to likho, otherwise you will not find these answers. Anyone is having any doubts still? Yeah, 80 TTB you will not get, beta, because she's not above 60 years. But student usually take 80 TTA. Ma'am, you said na interest, but that was saving account interest. Chalo. What do you think after this one video should be made on all the alert signs and mistakes to avoid? It might go for 20 minutes. It will cover all adjustments like this. Arun's gross total income is 245. He deposited 45 in PPF. So 245 is below the basic exemption. Electricity bill. Oh, even if your taxable income is nil and electricity bill exceeds 1 lakh, you have to file the return. Arun is not required to file, not required, not required. No, he is required to file because the electricity bill. 1 mark question. Easy? Right. So here we have completed all the MCQs. Can we take the descriptive now of MTP2 only because we are doing that? तो वही कर लेते हैं साथ साथ. Then we can go for the GST part also. GST also I'll take the MCQs first, but abhi I think we should take the question answers. DT complete kar lete hain na? Yeah. RTP, at least please wait for me to solve the capital gain question. Where there are theory and simple questions, I will like to skip also. How do we do now total income problem complete? If I solve, it will take more than 20 minutes, 25 minutes to solve only one question. Shall I discuss all the adjustments? Vivek is an advocate, okay? And instead of Net profit, they have given the receipt and payment. So can we directly take the legal fees as our business income? Yeah. Car loan, if they have taken interest, we can take as expense. Sale receipts of 5275 shares. Okay, that will come in capital gain. Hmm? So directly better we can go on writing. Yeah. Some I will solve orally, some I will solve tick, some I will go on write on the left hand side. हाँ, तो ये तो एक काम करेंगे ना. This one, yeah. हाँ, this CA sold the shares. Okay. Now staff salary and bonus. This is your routine expense, office rent. LIC paid, ATC deduction you will get. Motor car acquired in January. So depreciation will come for less than 180 days. Okay. Books bought by account pay check in the month of May, June and September. So books के ऊपर 40% depreciation. Computer acquired in January. So 40% का भी 50% depreciation. Drawing से मतलब नहीं है. Motor car maintenance, of course, PPF will go in ATC and closing balance noted. Now, listed equity shares were acquired in 16 and their fair market value if 18 is given. There's a formula. This is asked many times in the exam. Very, very important. I'll discuss the solution. Motor car was put to official and personal. 1/3 is personal. So motor car, all these expenses, only 2/3 you have to take. Repairs, depreciation, all because 1/3 is used personal. Vivek purchased a flat in Jhansi and the flat was given to bank. Further, Vivek has paid the following expenses. Okay. So this is nothing but income from house property, 35,000 per month. Then municipal tax, then standard deduction, insurance will not come. And interest, principal you will deduct in ATC. Interest. Now here interest dikhte say, ma'am, 2 lakh will come. Why? Let out property and deem let out property, no upper limit is there of the interest. Okay, right. He has earned 120. Yeah, quickly we will discuss these questions and then I'll take GST MCQ. But आप फिर MCQ में जाएंगे तो there will be confusion. अभी नहीं. And GST MCQs are always easy. It's my personal suggestion. You go for the GST part first. It's actually very easy. He earned 120 in the share speculation income, which you can keep separate. And if there is a loss, can we set off speculative income in the speculative loss? Yes. And 60,000 can we carry forward? Yes. Just check the adjustment. You will get the answer. Vivek received 21,000 gift from 4 friends. Okay, 84,000 bilkul taxable hai. PM Cares Fund direct donation 80G. He donated to registered political party 80 GGC. Individuals donating to registered political party. He follows cash system, so accrual will not come. CII की जरूरत ही नहीं है. ये selling shares तो जरूरत ही नहीं है. You are required to compute the total income and the tax liability, assuming he has opted out. See, because he has opted out, we have to also give the deductions. See, first I started with 35,000 into 12. Huh? I hope you remember the data now. Only this is a big one I'm doing like this. Rest on the left hand side I will solve and show you. Yeah. Municipal tax, nothing given. Always you have to take standard deduction. Interest on loan, I told you, don't just take 2 lakh. Take full amount. So this is it. Next. Legal income, staff salary, other expenses, motor car only 2/3. Car loan he has taken, but interest you are not deducting because he is not paying. And he is following cash system. So don't take the car. This is it. Depreciation, of course, we will take motor car ka 15% ka 50%, 2/3. Books ka 40%. Computer ka 52,000 ka 40% ka 50% because it is used for less than 180 days. So you're getting this, right? Okay. This is your ad less income. Now, what's the professional income? 4960. So 50% of that is 2480. So whichever is beneficial. So obviously he will not go. It is more beneficial for Vivek to declare the profit of 724 as per the books, which is lower than 44 ADA. Yeah, he will go for the audit, but वही ज़्यादा अच्छा पड़ेगा. Now, speculative loss you can set off in speculative income, and remaining you can carry forward. Now the crucial part. Pay attention, all of you. 5275 shares are sold. Okay. Cost, because it is purchased before 31st January 2018, they will give. Huh? That cost will be fair market value as on the 31st Jan, or the sale consideration, whichever is lower, that, or actual cost, whichever is higher. I'm repeating for you to learn with me. If the shares are purchased, listed shares are purchased before January 18, fair market value of January or sale consideration, whichever is lower, that or cost, whichever is higher. तो ये दोनों का difference आ जाए. Gift gain, gross total आ गया. LIC, repayment of housing loan, interest is deductible above repayment of housing loan here. PPF subscription, put together 80 C's limit is there 1,50,000. PM cares fund directly. Registered political party individual can donate directly and you're getting this income. And because he has opted out, you can calculate the tax as per normal regime, and the income is less than 5 lakhs. Will this person get rebate? Super problem. It is very nice. You solve in notebook, click the picture, send a voice note to me if you have a doubt. I've already shared my number here. So at the rate of 12.5% long-term capital gain पे लगा लो पहले तो. Long-term capital gain ये रहा बेटा on the shares you got ना. Long-term capital gain on shares. And on the other income, up to 250 nil, after that 5%. So this is your tax sum. Now very important is, even if the income is less than 5 lakh, this is the point students can make a mistake, star mark this. Yeah. Even if the income is less than 5 lakh from long-term capital gain, no rebate. No rebate from long-term capital gain. So even though you are allowed to take a rebate up to 12,500, you will just take a rebate of 1193, pay remaining tax. Okay, this is a huge problem and we have to solve MTP1, RTP, GST भी बाकी है अभी. RTP तक पहुंचेंगे कि नहीं पता नहीं with this speed, but I can't rush and do blood. जो करो अच्छे से करो. So I hope I have explained you the adjustments. You will be able to do this question. Next. Okay, some of the questions are like very easy, set off and all part, so that you can do. Residential status, listen all of you. Residential status nowadays combos ka zamana hai. They will not ask you decide residential status or make triple column. They'll combine. They will ask you what is residential status of Dipti, and once you decide, then what will come. If I am a non-resident, I will pay tax only on income received, deemed to received, accrued. I am a non-resident, I have earned something in Canada, why I should pay tax here? Are you getting? So when they ask you combined questions for 5 to 7 marks, make sure in 2 lines you write the condition that Dipti will be resident, and if she satisfies 181 days or 365 days, whatever it is. So presentation is what I want all of you. Otherwise, this question is there in the earlier MTPs also. वही repeat पूछा है. On September, but I'm telling you, not this January 25, so they asked lump sale. इसके पहले तो एक बार they have asked a question like this, that decide the residential status and then do. Prabhjot, aged 55 years. an Indian citizen, left India for the first time as CFO of Australia. He visits South Africa. हाँ, अब ये प्रभजोत इंडिया से कब गया? He left India on 22nd September. He visits South Africa and he earns the following income. Okay. So he went on 22nd September. So April, May, we can do it in calculator. June, July, August, September. करो कितना आ रहा है? Are you all with me? Put it in chat box. April, May, June, July, August, and 22. The day you leave India is also counted. 175. Are you getting? 175 days. And the preceding 4 years. So if you leave out of India for work, then second basic condition, 60 days in the previous year and 365 days in 4 years is not applicable. He will be resident only when he is in India for 182 days or more. So sure, he is a non-resident. So now if he is a non-resident, what will be the income taxable? Salary computed in Australia and received in Australia, no. Dividend from South Africa, no. Interest received from South India Bank in India, yes. Lost from South Africa but controlled from India, no. Controlled in India is taxable only for resident and ordinary resident but not ordinary resident. Agricultural income in India, exempt. So only 21,000 interest will be exempt. And in this, one adjustment without fail you have to do is 80 TTA milega. Because this is saving account interest and he is 55 years old. Now tell me how many times I have seen. But you have to make a table, huh? Salary neither received nor accrued, neither received not accrued. Yes. You have to make the table and write all like this. Then you will get marks. Agricultural income, gross total income and deduction and this. Over? Right. Next to our 2 minutes question about TDS. Very easy. Examine the TDS product. Rohit and Raj are two owners. Superb amendment. They sold the property for 60 lakhs and they received 30 lakhs. However, the stamp duty value of the property is 75 lakhs. Okay, 75 ling. The property was jointly purchased. Now I'll tell you what's the amendment, dear students, here. You know what are the amendments here? Yeah. Acha, after this, ma'am, instead of MTP, can you take the GST MCQs first? ठीक है. पहले अभी MTP 2 ले रहे हैं तो इसको complete करते हैं. Okay, listen all of you carefully. It's a very important amendment in 194 IA TDS. Whenever I have sold you the property and if it is above 50 lakhs, then you have to deduct the TDS. Now I have sold the property and you are two buyers. Yeah, you are paying 30 lakhs. तो भी TDS आएगा or two sellers or two buyers? Answer is yes. Though each co-owner is getting less than 50 lakhs, still 194I is applicable because you have to check for all the sellers and buyers put together 50 lakhs limit. That's what is covered here. Okay? Right. Please make sure to give your feedback and your comments in the number I said or in any of the YouTube so that even I come to know how fruitful are my efforts. And do share this link. Huh? Chalo. So are you clear here? What will be the answer? कि बिल्कुल TDS कटेगा 194 IA में 1%. Yeah? Right. You have to write in points and underline the clue word beta. XYZ provided a luxury car worth 15 lakhs to its distributors, Mr. A, as an incentive. Yeah, 194R. Anytime if you provide incentives above 20,000 बिल्कुल आपका TDS कटेगा. Yeah, provided their books of accounts are audited, तो ही 194 are applicable है. So here तो they said it's a company, it is applicable. Chalo. Slum sale, I think I can leave. They asked in January, but what do you think? Will they ask again slum sale? How many of you know the slum sale concept? So many times I prepared 20 minutes videos just for conceptual understanding. You all know slum sale? Amit has transferred one of the unit, 75 lakhs. Again here, the fair market value 90, so 90 lakhs ही लेंगे. Yeah. Expenses incurred are 28,000. So 88 lakhs and 62,000. Correct? I'm doing slum sale question. It's not कि last time they asked, so they will not ask. 88 नहीं ना, 28,000. 8972. Now, they have sold which units, dear students? Bhavana unit. So land is 36 lakhs, but there's a revaluation of 9 lakhs. So you have to take land only 36 minus 9. Ignore the revaluation. So you have to take land, how much? 27 lakhs. Building, 9 lakhs. I'm calculating sale consideration minus net worth. Net worth is assets minus liability. That's what I'm doing now. So take land as 36 minus 9 lakh revaluation हुआ है तो 27. Building ले लो, machinery ले लो, other assets ले लो 4.5. Liabilities, bank loan 6 lakhs का 70%, so 4.2. And trade creditors 450 का 25% MK, so 75%. 450 का 75%. So 337,500. Check the answer. That's in fact more easy. ये देखो. Land, building, ये, this, you get 3592. So what's the concept of slum sale? Sale consideration minus expense and slump, lump, section 50B, lump. I'm giving it to you for the net worth, and this is the long-term capital gain. Okay. Any one of the assets sold is long-term, this will be long-term. Okay. Yeah. Next now. This is a very nice question of house property. They have done it one after the another, but actually you can do there itself. But what I want all of you to remember here is please listen carefully. Self-occupied only 2 lakh limit is there for construction, 30,000 for repairs. Let out and it's the actual. Now listen, if you're going for default tax regime, self-occupied, no interest is allowed, not even 2 lakh. If you're filing your return in default, you cannot set off house property loss with others, not even up to 2 lakh, nor you can carry forward. But if you are opting out of default, self-occupied, you can show 2 lakh loss and you can set off 2 lakh house property loss with other heads. Huh? Take your time, aram se karo. I know it requires patience today for all of you to sit with me, but we all are ready to sit 3 hours for the final exam, है ना? तो 3 घंटे तो हम कर सकते हैं. उसके पहले I will finish. Anjali is US citizen and resident and ordinary resident of India. Great. She owns a house property. Now, because she's a resident and ordinary resident, world income is taxable here. Chicago property will also be taxable here. She owns the Chicago property which she uses for her residence. So that's her self-occupied property 1. In addition, she took ownership of a flat in Surat from 1st July. So can she take second self-occupied house in Surat? 2 self-occupied properties are allowed. The municipal value and she used the flat was occupied by her for 7 months. ठीक है. Municipal value of the property, ये सब कुछ काम का ही नहीं है. Why? Because both the houses are self-occupied. Now, for the purpose of Surat, she has taken the loan. No. If compute the income chargeable if she has exercised the option of shifting out of the default tax regime. Okay. So for the Surat house, she has taken a loan. Interest on loan is 49,400 for period before 1st April 2024. So it's a prior period interest which is allowed 1/5 and 5,800 for the current year till June. And after that, so current year's whole interest is allowed. Other than this, she owes a third house in Ranchi, which was sold in 2023. Oh, I to sold Ranchi house. First house self-occupied, second self-occupied, third house I have already sold. In respect of this, she received arrears of rent 60,000. Superb. If you sell any house in 23 and earlier year, but if you receive arrears of rent, it will be straight taxable in house property with 30% standard deduction. Yeah, irrespective of your owner of the house or not. Correct hai ya nahi? Arrears of rent. Compute the income. So easy problem this is. Look at the presentation. Chicago ka house. See, so much of data they have given. Chicago house conversion rate and all, nothing to use. This self-occupied house, interest is here. And arrears, I told you, 30%. This is current year's interest. And pre-construction interest is allowed 1/5 every year for 5 years. So it's allowed. Yeah. And because she has opted out of the default tax regime, can she carry forward this loss? Answer is yes. Had it been default tax regime, nothing will be allowed. Okay. Last one now. Mayank aged 65 years. Okay. Okay, please allow me to say this one thing and please share it with others. If you want to score superb questions in marks and taxation, there are not 5 heads, dear students, there are 6 heads. Capital gain salary separate question. Business head other source combine. Okay, right? और आपका ये दो तो अलग आता है, ये दो combine हो गया. Now very important is the 6th head of income. Exam point of view is set off carry forward. Set off carry forward 4 to 5 pages. Good quality, good questions behind the study material also. ICI check कर लो बस है. Rules you can remember in 30 minutes, one shot revision lecture. बार बार देखो. Rule याद हो जाएगा आपको. And then please opt it for choice. Every exam they are asking 6, 7, 8 marks set of question as good as capital gain. How much you have to remember? Capital gain is not tough, but the basket is vast. Am I right? You have to remember everything now. So ये तो easy है आपके लिए. So let us do now set of question. Okay, right. आ जाओ all of you. Pension is there. Yeah. Mayank. Pehle you read. He has normal provision. Okay. From pension 50,000 standard deduction, it's coming to 610. Interest on bank FD, वो other source में आ जाएगा. Speculative income 40,000. 1 and 3 are not friends. अभी तो there's no loss, but business loss can never be set off. तो ठीक है, this I am taking. Now long term capital gain 250 and long term capital loss. ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही easy problem हो. So 140 you take outer coin. If this card game में loss, neither it can be set off nor it can be carried forward. Betting already they have given. And एक मैंने यहाँ छोड़ दिया, ये भी ले लो 55. ठीक है? So 55 this also you take and 45 this also you take. Do the total, dear students, how much you are getting gross total income? 610 plus 40,000 plus 55,000 plus 140 plus 45,000. how much you all are getting? 890. Now, with set off, they have also asked deduction. LIC paid by check 22,500 and policy was taken, sum assured was 2 lakh. So even though you have paid 22, how much deduction is allowed? 20,000. Premium paid for health insurance 26. How much deduction will be allowed? Age dekh lo. Above 60 years. So it's 50,000 ki limit mein. 15,000 donation to approved for family planning. Family planning is allowed up to 10% of adjusted total income, but here it is not allowed because it is given in cash. Whole problem we have solved in 5 minutes. हो गया. और क्या मिलेगा आपको? Can anyone say what I have missed out? Let me see how attentive you are. कभी कभी टीचर भी गलती करते हैं. I want any one of you to unmute and answer also कि what I have missed out. What did I miss out? 65 years. And which interest? FD interest. Will you give 80 TTB deduction? Yes. 50,000. तो कितना आ रहा है आपका? 7,94,000. Okay. Oops. So that's all for the answer. Check the answer if you want. 7,94,000. Chalo. Who's going to sign the return directly? You can check the answer. Local authority, principal officer, firm partner, foreign company, anyone who's having power of attorney. HUF, Karta, if Karta is absent, any adult member. Yeah? Provisions of updated return where it is not applicable is a theory question. That's all for this. Now I am taking a break of 5 minutes. Pani pee ke aao, hawa kha ke aao, jo bhi karna hai. And the class will go on till 7:45, one more hour. So now your choice. Either we can solve MTP1 descriptive, MCQs are over, or we can take up the GST MCQs. Which one you want to solve, I will do that. Take a quick break and assemble back. Okay? Chalo, right? Okay. Yeah, chalo, we'll go with all your suggestions that, okay, we will finish off na. DT, don't worry, GST, I will tell you exactly every exam, whenever they give e-waybill question, dynamic QR code question. This time you are going to get question on GSTR 1A and accounts and records and place of supply. Even TDS, TCS, there is no change except some small rate change, right? So these are the topics which always, when amendment come, abhi amendment hai, abhi aega, they will not ask. In the next attempt, they will ask. Okay? So these are my guesses. And make sure, headstrong, confident, you go for 3 things in GST. You know what is the first one? ITC. Output input rules, everyone was there from the beginning. I told you, very important point. If you write ITC not allowed, ITC will not get marks. You have to write ITC not allowed because first lot is only received. ITC not allowed as invoices. Very brief, but write the explanation. You will get half mark, 1 mark, half mark. Okay, value of supply, do it thoroughly. Discount part also you all know. And which one? Yeah, supply. Whether this is supply or not. Return, registration, these topics, no, don't dive in deep. Otherwise, as a teacher, I am saying kuch yaad nahi rahega. Like composition, we know only one return they have to file, and now the date has been changed from April to June. Remember that? Then what else was there? So like these few things, effective date of registration, within 3 months of the cancellation, they have to file the final return. Acha, if I am filing annual return, still I have to file the final return. Answer is yes. So these are very simple questions. Chalo. Am I confusing you? You have to write both the papers and you have that caliber. मतलब you are quite strong. You have done 10th, 12th, foundation, inter, यहाँ तक हो जाएगा. चलो. Let us take now for sure we are going together and solving first the descriptive part of the MTP1. है कहाँ लेकिन MTP1 ढूंढना पड़ेगा. Okay, shall I close the MTP2 so that it is? Oh no, I have to keep it now for the GST part. ऐसे कैसे? Okay, MTP1 descriptive part we are starting. Someone watching now can also write in the duration. कि कौन से time पे चल. 2 questions out of the remaining you have to solve. Wow. RTP, even if you miss out, like I'm to asking all of you to please stay patiently for 1 hour as if you're writing 3 hours final exam. But और उतना patience है आप सब में. I know कि you all have that much patience. See, the language you speak to yourself now, that only happens. It's always now, this is in Hindi. In South, we are not allowed to speak anything in Hindi. Ma'am, English में, English में. But tathastu, that's what universe is doing. So make sure you speak positive and do positive हो जाएगा. Chalo. Yeah. Again, the first question I will explain orally the way I did, and remaining just say we have solved on the left hand side, we will do. Brijesh has set up a unit in SEZ. Total turnover, export turnover, net profit. I hope all of you remember section 10 AA exemption is allowed if you opt out of default tax regime. That to down deductions ke baad. Okay? Right. Now, out of the export turnover 45 lakhs, only 40 lakhs is brought in India. So we will give for 40 lakhs only. In total turnover 120 lakhs. What is the total profit? 750. So in 40 lakhs, how much? This much will be exempt. And the unit is set up in 2017. So pick up your calculator. 40 lakhs into 7.5 divide by 120. Say you are getting 25 lakhs as the profit of SEZ, which should be exempt. But this unit is set up in 2017. That is more than 5 years. So first 5 years, 100%. Next 5 years, 50%. So 50% means how much you will give? 12.5 lakh. Crystal clear? During the previous year, Brijesh has commenced a business of warehousing and net profit is 850. Following items are debited, personal drawings, add back. Oops, one minute. Some more windows have opened and they are not. Personal drawings, if they are debited, add back. I hope you all are discussing with me. Expenses debited, disallowed, add back. Income tax is not allowed. Purchase of the warehouse for the purpose of the food grains. Okay. You can claim depreciation on the warehouse purchased. Yes. So 10 lakhs. Income of the warehouse is given. In that whole cost, they have taken purchase of the warehouse. 35 AD. Okay. Purchase of the warehouse 10 lakhs, add back because it's a capital expenditure. But same time, if you add back this, can you allow 10% depreciation on the building 1 lakh? Yes. Following items are credited in the P&L. So nikal do, because these incomes are one video I have made in one shot revision. First 15 minutes if you watch, add and less concept will be clear to you. Yeah. In P&L, if they have credited saving account interest, remove because it will come in other source. FD, other source. Dividend, other source. So remove from there, and after the page where business head is over, write it also in other source. Bridges is a working partner in a partnership firm where he has contributed 15 lakhs capital and interest is 13%. Okay. But how much interest is allowed? Only 12%. Remaining is disallowed in the hands of the firm. So already firm has paid tax on 1% interest, which is disallowed. So in the hand of Brijesh, how much interest will be taxable? 12%. Remuneration, 20,000 into 12, 2,40,000. Brijesh has paid 60,000 LIC for married daughter, allowed. But sum assured is 5 lakh. So 5 lakh ka 10%. So only 50,000. Compute the income and tax under default and normal. Aha. Normal may you will give all the deductions. Default may you will not give. I'll take a pause. I'm discussing adjustments, dear students, and hats off to all of you that you all are listening aram se. And then short questions I'll solve here only. हाँ, तो ये देखो. First, I am doing under default tax regime. So whole profit of SEZ I have taken. No section 10 AA you will not get. In net profit, deduct that 3 items, FD, interest and all. Add back advance tax, personal drawing purchase. The moment you add back capital expenditure wrongly taken in the PNL, you will deduct this. 12% interest on 15 lakhs, and this business income will be taxable as a partner. Saving interest. If saving account interest is given from post office, 3,500 deduction you give in single account and 7,000 you give in the joint account. Here it is single account. FD interest and dividend income. Okay. So this is your income. No deduction you will give in ATC, LIC and TTA and TTB and all. Okay. What is the age? Have they given age? उसका age कितना था ब्रजेश का? Nothing given, then you will take it as less than 60 years and you will take interest deduction. Saving account का 80 TTA. चलो. So what's the gross total income of the Brijesh? 3086. First 3 lakh nil, 3 to 7 lakh 5%, 7 to 10 lakh 10%, 10 to 12, 4323. That's the way you have to remember. And balance income 30%. Yeah. Health and education cess, and he has already paid advance tax. Now, take same gross total income. Now, shall I give 10 AA deduction? Yes. Why did we take 50%? Because it's the 8th year. Okay. Will you give in the normal provision 35 AD? I told you, no? 35 AD में 100% expenditure, revenue and capital is allowed because he has set up a warehouse. But then add back depreciation. Either you give 35 AD, so then on that same asset, fully it is allowed. You will not be allowed depreciation, right? 80C deduction, we have given 50,000, 80 TTA you will get. And on this income, calculate the tax. 250 nil, 250 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, 10 lakh above 30%. So here the tax is coming to 329. In default, it is coming to 540. So normal is good. But now nothing given here. Very important. Worth it. 15 marks question. Superb. Same you practice in notebook. Take 15-20 minutes time. Ma'am, why did they apply AMT? Alternative minimum tax you have to apply and check if he has taken section 10 AA exemption or 35 AD or 80 double J AA. Double J AA nahi hai. Additional employees 30% now, 30% 3 साल के लिए याद है. Any of these three are there, you have to calculate adjusted total income का 18.5% as alternative minimum tax. Is this clear to all of you? Now, let us take up the AMT part. No one will say in exam, dear students, but you have to take AMT. Again, start with what? Total income. Regular. Yeah. Add back 10 AA. Add back 35 AD. But if you add back 35 AD, will you give depreciation? Yes. So this is adjusted total income 18.5% cess मिला के कितना. Now, even though your normal tax is 329, but minimum to minimum AMT to you have to pay. Since the regular income tax is less than AMT, the adjusted total income shall be deemed to be total income and tax should be paid. And you know, if you go for AMT, then AMT is more and regular tax is less. Na beta? कहाँ था regular tax हमने कहाँ अभी किया था ना normal. Yeah, it's coming to 329,470. So AMT minus 329 say 470. Your regular tax is 329, but minimum AMT you have to pay. Then the difference you can take tax credit carried forward for 15 years. Okay, this they have not asked, but I am telling you anywhere in MCQs they can ask. Second question can I मतलब directly take or skip क्योंकि हमको GST भी करना है. Residential status same question. She is resident and ordinary resident, then what all income will be taxable? Okay, right. Chalo, next one I am taking now. Did you observe one thing against residential status? They are giving TDS. So residential status is the so easy question. Akash Limited pays following amounts. Okay. To Mr. Santosh during the year. 22,000 fees for the professional payment. Okay. Professional payment above 30,000 पे 194J लगता है नहीं लगेगा. Royalty. And this 30,000 limit is separate. Ma'am, put together exceeding. So no TDS. Excuse me. I'm having little cold, so maybe my voice is echoing. No TDS. But you have to write the provision, ma'am. No TDS नहीं लिखेंगे, लिखेंगे 194J 30,000 separate limit is there for professional service. Separate limit is there in each category. It's not exceeding, hence no TDS is deducted for Akash. And now payment of 175 made to Ankit for purchase of bag. According to specification, no material was provided. See, I am purchasing bag and I didn't provide material. So this is not a works contract or a job contract. This is contract for sale. And 194C contract says if there is a contract for sale of the bags, you are selling me bags. I didn't even give you raw material. No TDS is applicable. GST लगेगा. Huh. But if I give you material, if I give you designing that out of my material, my design you make and supply, it's a works contract, job work. 194C will be applicable. So though answer is no, just check such nice explanation is given. As per 194, work does not include manufacturing and all. As per the customer specification, it is not required to deduct TDS. Ankit purchased the bag and it is a contract of sale and not a contract of work. And as a teacher, I am telling you smart work. When you write iske andar point 1, point 2, point 3 and underline the clue words. The moment they see clue words, you will get the answer. Okay. Next one. Rishabh, a salaried employee in a private company, provides you with the following information. This is a complete salary question. Okay, read the question first. Basic 75,000. From 1st February, basic increase to 85. Okay, so 10 months this and then 2 months 85. DA is 50% of this and that also. वो 50 का भी 40% is only considered. ठीक है. Contribution to RPF is 18% of basic, but allowed is 12% of basic and DA remaining taxable. Profession tax में 1800 is paid by employer. So add 1800 in gross salary if it is paid by employer, but deduct 20 to 100 full. Okay. House rent allowance 16,000 per month and he has paid the rent. So HRA calculation we can do. Loan of 2 lakh was taken on 1/7 for medical treatment of the brother, exempt. Medical treatment के लिए लिए, so nothing. Leave travel assistance given to Rishabh, wife and 3 children. You remember? Leave travel concession 4 calendar years it's allowed for adult and 2 children. But if first single child and then twins, so for all the 3 alone. First only twins and then third child, so third child ka allow nahi. It's a very simple question. See, basic salary is 75, then 2 months 85. DA 460. Contribution. They have to made 80% of basic, but allowed is 12%. In RPF, exempt is 12% of basic and DA also 230, no, 460 ka 40%. How much is it coming? 460 का 40%, 184 plus 920, 11 lakh, इसका 12%. See, they can do. Many students, what they do in exam, I'm telling you the pitfall, dear students. What they do is 18% किया है, 12% allowed है, 6% direct. No, 18% they have done of basic, 12% is basic and DA. Okay, right. HRA routine, you can take the exemption. Profession tax if paid, add. Leave travel is exempt. Yeah. And then standard deduction is 50,000 because he has opted out of default tax. Very easy problem this is. House property I'm not taking. 3 properties are there. You can do it in the column form and take. Very easy question of house property. Gagan is a classical singer. Income is given. Salary of Mrs. Rashmi. Loan received by Rashmi. Okay. Loan received is taxable if there is accumulated profit. This is a concept of deemed dividend. In case of deemed dividend, if a private company is giving loan to any of the shareholder out of accumulated profit, but here the last 2 years there is loss. So nothing is taxable. Minor's income will be clubbed in the hands of husband or wife, husband. And per minor child 1500 exemption because he wants to pay under default tax regime, तो फिर नहीं मिलेगा. Minor का पूरा income will be added in the hands of the father. But if the minor is getting income from singing, oh, don't do the clubbing. Cash gift received for show, no clubbing. Interest received by minor married daughter, yes, club in the hands of the father. So what's the income of father now? 565. And minor married daughter का income add हो जाएगा 40,000. What's the income of the wife? 380. Please write a note for this. Even though she has received loan out of the private company, it will not be taxable as deemed dividend because it has to be received out of accumulated profit and that private company is into loss. Okay. Last is a descriptive question कि अगर आधार और पैन नहीं है तो penalty and all is there. ठीक है? Electricity bill if it exceeds. That's all for this. And now I want to go for GST. My water bottle is over. Just 2 minutes and back. You can read the question. We are starting now with MCQs of GST 1 and 2. And then quickly I will take the question answers. Half of the questions are theory, very easy. So another half an hour we'll be able to complete. Huh? Just 2 minutes, I'll be back, dear students. Any doubts are there? Put it in chat box. Thank you for waiting. GST MCQs are very, very easy. First, you check what they have asked, and then quickly with that, you can answer. Okay? Chalo. Case scenario is there. All amounts are excluding taxes, and all the transactions are intrastate. However, for tempo traveler, they have given the separate tempo traveler दिया है, मतलब RCM होगा. With respect to buy one get one, input tax credit, and following statement is true and false. Okay, very easy questions, huh? Chalo. O Private Limited. Now OCT. You read O Private Limited. Always company का नाम A B C A ऐसे याद रखना है. O Private Limited is a registered company and have retail store of merchandise in 25 states for the purpose of clearing. They have given buy one get one. Okay. Now for saving cost. Now all of you know first answer is buy one get one. This is there in your supply chapter. Buy one get one. Mein, are you charging GST on one and giving free? No. Both of them put together. Buy one get one. Buy one at 1500 and another jeans free. So actually the two jeans ka cost is 1500 and they are giving that offer. Huh? It's brain drain offers nowadays. So the question here is first MCQ now. With respect to buy one get one, which statement is true? Okay, it will be considered. It will be considered as supply at all since nahi. It will be supply to lagega. Supply of item is charged under section 7 while supply of other. No. Two individual supplies in single price for entire single price, the same will always be having a mix. Not necessary, na. Buy one get one means it can be composite, can be mixed. There are two individuals where single price is charged and their taxability depends upon whether they are composite supply or mixed supply. Yeah. TV के साथ oven free like that. So it depends ki whether it is composite or mixed supply. That's the answer. Now, next one. In the month of May, to save employees' cost, OCT purchased a tempo traveler with sitting capacity of 25%. Above 12%, yes, you are allowed to take ITC under section 17(2). For the transportation of employees, further to ensure well-being, voluntarily they have taken the health insurance. ठीक है? तो voluntarily लिए तो नहीं मिलता. Employee related services ITC is blocked. Under 17(5), it's allowed only when it is statutorily required, right? Okay. The premium 1500 per employee has been paid by the company. No, nothing you will get. Now go and read the second question. Ensure ITC allowed on the purchase of Tempo Traveler health insurance. Health insurance, no, but Tempo Traveler, yes. It will be allowed. How much is Tempo Traveler? 12 lakh. And what is the rate? 14%. So 12 lakh ka 14%. That's coming to 1,68,000. 1,68,000. Second, health insurance minimum. I hope we are able to search the answer. Ma'am, this could be also answer. But here health also. Health insurance you will not get now. Sure. Now, in the month of July, Raghav, a customer of the company, filed a suit in the course for not supplying. O engaged Ram, an advocate, to represent the case. As per the term, Ram issued an invoice. However, consideration was not paid. Okay. Huh? So, if a company is taking the service of advocate on RCM basis, the company should pay the tax, right or not? Which of the following statement is correct? Okay. CGST as advocate service are to be paid ITC well there is added to output tax liability with interest as along with tax is not paid within 180 days. Okay. Tax is not paid. 1 second. We have to read the question all carefully. Yes. When you don't pay within 180 days, you are not allowed to take the credit, no? So July से 180 days मतलब 6 months, August, September, October, November, December, January. He तो didn't pay till February. But when you have to pay the tax in RCM basis, 180 days वाला concept is not applicable. Yeah. हाँ, but RCM पे tax कितना लगेगा वो देख लो. Within the same state it is? Yes. So 9%. 9%. 9%. 2250 CGST, 2250 HGST. इंटरेस्ट वाला गलत है. Added in output tax liability 180 days. They will get the time. CGST, SGST, the condition 180 days. C. Condition of payment of invoice. You have to pay the invoice payment in 17.1 only. Conditions are given to avail ITC. So one of the condition is within 180 days of purchase or invoice you have to make the payment. That's not applicable for payment in case of RCM basis. वहां पे तो there's no invoice also payment voucher रहता है ना? So this one is the answer. That's all. इतना जल्दी हो गया. चलो, next one is the still easier than this. Yeah. Sakshi, a partnership firm registered under GST undertaking various government projects. Firm has let out motor vehicle to carry more than 15 passenger to the state government electricity department. Okay. Electric operated vehicle to carry more than 12. Electric operated vehicle to carry up to 12. The firm issued invoices pertaining to two independent outward supplies, whereas one invoice value was understated. Okay, debit note, credit note. If an invoice is understated, see if I am selling and if party to sales, how to remember now? I have given the secret. 1 second, use it in documentation. Whenever you sell, what's the entry? Party to sale. Party को क्या कर रहा है? Debit. तो understated है तो what you have to do? More debit. So which note you will issue? Debit note. Is the link clear or not? Yes, I have sold the party. Overstated. Now I have to credit the party. So which note? Credit note. So ये debit note or credit note. अच्छा, first one we can answer now with this. In respect of vehicles let out on the hire. Services that are exempt from GST. Okay. What are the services which are exempt on GST? Letting on hire to motor vehicle to state electricity. Letting on hire on electric operated vehicle to municipality को exempt है. Letting on hire on vehicle to state transport undertaking. Okay. So this is the second one. Letting on hire of the electricity. That one is exempt. Exemptions करना है और अच्छे से. चलो. Debit note one is very easy. You have to issue a debit note for 75,000 and where it is overstated 45,000 credit note. See the answer. 75,000 debit note, 45,000 credit note. So which one is the answer? 1 and 4. 1 and 4 is C wala is the answer. Okay. Chalo. What's the next question? Which of the following statement is correct for supply of goods 840 received by firm which are taxable under RCM? RCM. ठीक है. The firm received certain supply of goods 840 from a registered person on which tax was payable on RCM. ठीक है. We will pay the tax on RCM. Okay. But where is the doubt in this? All amounts are exclusive and RCM. Let us read what's the question. Okay. The first one was nice. Then this case scenario. Okay. Which of the following statement is correct? Which of the following statement is correct in respect of the supply of goods 840 received by the firm which are taxable under RCM? Okay. If it is taxable under RCM, firm shall issue a payment voucher. True. See, in RCM, I am paying the tax. So, I am paying the tax to government. I am taking the ITC. So, always we will issue a payment voucher. Delivery challan, no. Receipt voucher, no. No document, no. So simple is the first answer. This was in RCM, which documentation chapter? Documentation chapter you can do registered person tax invoice, composition bill of supply, advance related to service receipt voucher, RCM tax payment voucher. When I'm debiting you, debit note. When I'm crediting you, credit note. Okay. These easy are the documentation one page table. If you make, you can answer. So that's all for this MCQ of MTP 1. We will complete it and then we will go to MTP 2 also. Saundarya Bazaar registered in Maharashtra sells makeup kit, e-commerce operator. Dhwani placed an order of 20 makeup sets on 15. However, he returned the 4. Okay, determine the value of the supply. For TCS returns के बाद आता है. Out of 20 sets, 4 sets are returned. So 16 sets पे TCS लगेगा. Yeah. What will be the value of the TCS? That's what they have asked. And this is inclusive of GST. 11, 1800 is 118. So 100 kitna? 10,000. So 160. After the returns, what is the value on that TCS is applicable in GST? Okay. Right. Sundrops and Associates has applied for the cancellation. Okay. Application was approved on 4th, but the proper officer passed order on 14 September. Bina dekhe plus 3 months over and out. 3 months not from 4th September, but from 14 September. He has to file the, what do you call it as, final return. Sundrop is required to file the final return on 14 September till 3 months is 14 December. That's it. Easy. 6 minutes I took to do these MCQs and they are really easy. Shall I pause? Anyone is having any doubt anywhere? And even if you feel, ma'am, we are not following, but we are learning, it's okay. No problem. This problem, how we should do? I told you writing of reasoning is important. First thing, when I started the class, I said writing the reasons is important. And what is the second thing I said? RCMA, whatever it is, you have to pay the tax. So Popli and Co partnership firm registered, supplied and has provided following information. They provided sponsorship services. Okay, they are in which place? Madhya Pradesh. Ka Madhya Pradesh mein. So this is intrastate. Provided services of processing of tomatoes in Indore. This is also intrastate. ठीक है? Rent paid. Rent तो they have paid. The first two are intrastate. So in answer we will write this. ये देखो. Intrastate. Sale value. Sponsorship services and tomatoes. Tomatoes growing and all comes under farming, but this doesn't come under farming because you are making ketchup out of it. Now rent paid to residential dwelling for running of office for direct selling agent. Owner of the residential property was not registered. Okay. So if we have paid the rent for residential purpose, but then we are using it for commercial, residential dwelling hai, but we are using it commercial, very well GST is applicable, and because this we are recipient of the service, but we are registered, we'll have to pay the tax on RCM basis. So वही चीज आएगा, ITC भी मिलेगा, but we'll have to pay the tax on RCM. See, rent pay, I will take ITC, but separately I have to pay. ITC available as services used, but you'll have to pay the tax in cash. You have to pay the tax in cash. Next, purchased a car for official use of the managing partner 9 lakh for firm for business use. Okay, right. So car is the 5-seater. No ITC is allowed on car. ऊपर ही आपको दिया होगा, ITC नहीं मिलेगा ना कार पे. Rent pay you will get. Car pay you will not get. Car or machinery, what they have purchased, will not get. Availed IT services from business partner, Australia. Wilson refused to take the consideration. Okay. Import of services without consideration is taxable if it is from a related person. So they are the friend. So no ITC. Yeah. Import of service with consideration taxable. It's treated as IGST. There's one flow chart I have made in the section 7. Now, import of services without consideration will be taxable if we have taken from a related person who is dependent. He's the friend, not related. Provided training services to a registered supplier in Kerala, interstate. We are providing the services in Bhopal to a person who is registered in Kerala, and Babu Combs, a proprietorship concern of Rajasthan, which was not registered. Yeah. So if they are not registered, where the event is held, Bhopal, within the same state, the event is held. Yes. Any doubt is there? Only this question, please keep little patience. I know I could have taken it in end, but अब हमने अभी करना है एक एक MTP खत्म करते हैं, then we'll go to MTP. This question is important. Chalo. Now let me take you to everything one by one. One by one. First, let us take ITC. Sponsorship we have taken. Other income we have taken. Information technology pay no GST. Huh? Training and appraisal services. Yeah. Where it is given. It is by registered person. So though training and appraisal is given in MP to MP, but training and appraisal first, this is like place of supply. Now very important is anyone thinking you can leave place of supply, it will come in the compulsory question. So spare time, and I'm literally saying, dear students, you will have to rectify. वो बार बार 12 5 12 6 place of supply करना पड़ेगा of the IGST Act. So in case of event, if the person is registered Kerala, then interstate. Yeah. If the person is unregistered, like training and appraisal we have given to unregistered, then where the training is given, MP to MP. So this is my output tax, plus I have to pay this on RCM basis. Yeah. And what is my income? Huh? Output I have given, output tax, input tax, net GST is this. But this, why I have deducted and added? Students always ask me, ma'am, kya hi farak padta hai you are deducting and adding? Deducting is because on RCM also ITC is available. तो ITC तो मिल रहा है ना, तो आउटपुट माइनस इनपुट में आई विल डिडक्ट, बट आई हैव टू पे दिस इन कैश. So again I have added how much GST you are paying in cash. One total income question and one this question. Please take time, still days are there for your exam. Solve it in your notebook. If you have any doubt you can ask. Even if we are getting late, RTP का बाकी तो all the questions you check the amendment lecture and then RTP आ जाएगा. One capital gain I want to check, so please stay. Next question, value of supply and all, quickly we can check here only. List price से start करेंगे. Municipal tax and all add. Packing charges add. Subsidy if it is non-government add. And if discount is given deduct. This is like years they have been asking the same question. No point in talking again and again. Chalo. Motilala CA in Gurgaon, Haryana, registered, provides consultancy to client Manohar in Delhi, who is not registered. The address of Manohar is recorded in the books of Motilal. What will be the place of the supply? If address is there, then take it, even though he is unregistered. If address is there, the place of supply will be New Delhi. Yeah, because even though the other person is, this is like a, what do you call, a general rule. They have not given the section, but section 12(2) of the IGST Act. Even if the person to whom we are making supply, the recipient, is unregistered, but if address is there, take address. If not, then take the address of supply, place of supply. 5 marks के लिए पूछा है. We limited at least machine for production of goods after 12 months. So we have given machine from New Delhi to Noida on lease basis, rent. After 12 months, the Mishti Limited, जिसके पास हमारा मशीन पड़ा है, request us to sell the machine and we agreed. The day we agreed to sell and supply, already it is at the location. There's no movement of goods. Am I sending the goods from Noida to, New Delhi to Noida? No. The goods are already in Noida. Until now, you were paying me rent. You were using. Now you are saying, Dipti ma'am, instead of paying rent, I would like to buy it. I said, okay, buy. So there's no movement. So what will be the place of supply? New Delhi or Noida? Noida. Noida, as there is no movement. Easy, very nice questions are there. Okay, this I want to leave. This is the same question from the bank. किस पे लगेगा जीएसटी सप्लाई में, क्या क्या आएगा, क्या क्या नहीं आएगा. हाँ, banks and all. If you want, just read. Outward supply, housing loan and no. Banks के case में. This is from the exemption chapter. Banks are giving loans, no. Processing fees, yes. Commission on bank guarantee, yes. Interest pay, generally, no. But if interest is there on the credit card, yes. Interest on housing loan, nil. This is from the exemption chapter. Okay? Right. Next. This is asked, मतलब कम से कम 5 बार तो ये पूछ चुके हैं. I hope you remember कि e-way bill is required when the aggregate value including GST, including job work exceeds 50,000. So here the value is 40,000 और उसके ऊपर 118% आपका GST आ रहा है 47,200 और ट्रांसपोर्ट और वो सब चार्ज भी तो लगेगा ना. So it is 54,200 is the GST applicable. Yes, such an easy question for 5 marks. Like this, if they ask the question, they have solved like this. You can make a table and solve the way I have made you all solve in the regular class also. हाँ? Crash course भी हमने किया तभी भी ये सब चीजें आपको बताई है. Okay. Aggregate turnover exceeds 20 lakhs on 12th August. Oh, this is the pumping heart of the GST registration. You applied on 3rd September. Did you apply within 30 days? Yes. Then registration is valid from 12th August. What will be the effective date of registration? 12th August. And 12th August to 6th September, you will have to issue revised invoice. It has also sought advice regarding the revised. मतलब बिना question पढ़े, you know the answer. It's that easy. Have you applied for registration within 30 days? Yes. And revised tax invoice have to be issued within 1 month of getting the registration. They have given in the para. This is copy paste of your study material. No creativity in this question. State activities which are treated to be supply, even if they are made without consideration. Okay? Those 4 cases, I want all of you to write here. It's a theory question. Section 7, Schedule 1. Deemed supply, permanent transfer of the assets on which ITC is claimed, agent to principal, all those cases you have to write. So these are 1 or 2 theory questions. What is the eligibility of the GST practitioner? Okay. Chalo. Now quickly let us solve the MCQs. Okay, 3 hours exam we have to write. So definitely 3 hours we can sit and solve these MTP. Just last 15 minutes are there. Let us quickly solve the MTP2's MCQ case scenario. Quickly read the question carefully and what they have asked. Transactions of renting the commercial space. What should be the rate of the tax? Okay. With respect to hotel accommodation service provided, GST is payable or not. Which of the following option? Second. Which of the following option is correct related to ITC? Okay. These are three very simple questions, and related to that MCQs they have asked. Okay. Just 1 minute. Read the questionnaire. PMC Limited has its manufacturing unit in Rajasthan. They have ancillary unit in MP and Gujarat. Moreover, PMC owns and operates hotel in Udaipur. Actually, this whole question is based on the place of supply also. Very important is the place of supply to know here. In addition, aforesaid PMC owns a commercial space which is rented out at a monthly rent of 50,000. Maintenance of the premises is also there. Yeah. PMC incurs certain expense on the maintenance. Said expenses are recoverable from the tenant. The rate of the tax applicable on the material which we have used. Whenever you are renting the premises, which other amenities, nowadays if you go to the gated communities, the houses are rented along with other amenities. So on the whole thing, GST will be charged. That's what is your first question. Transactions related to commercial space, GST will be on rent and maintenance, including 18%, yes, or on rent 18 material. Material so we have used at 5%, but from the tenant we are going to collect 18% GST inclusive of other amenities. Okay, right. Next, during the year they agreed to provide the hotel to Mr. X for a conference, and he is unregistered person. Whenever services of conference are given to unregistered person, where the event is held, okay, so event is held in Udaipur, and we are also registered in Rajasthan. Though the person is from Maharashtra, but where the conference is held within the state. So which tax will be charged? CGST and SGST. This is based on place of supply. So limited points may not be all, but important for place of supply. You revise now with me. In addition, PMC has spent 5 lakhs on CSR expense. You know, corporate social responsibility companies should do. On that, do they get ITC? No. Employee related expense, corporate expense, all this 17.5 it is blocked. No ITC will be allowed. Okay. For that amount of ITC is not available. This is the first one only is the answer. Next case scenario we are going. अनन्या एंड कंपनी. ठीक है, पहले देख लो क्या क्या पूछा है. इफेक्टिव डेट, आईटीसी कब तक मिलेगा. इट्स लाइक ओवर इजी, आई एम टेलिंग यू. पार्ट बी ऑफ द ई वे बिल. ठीक है, चलो. Ananya is engaged in retail business. The firm becomes liable in 1st October. Oh, did they apply from 1st October 30 days? Yes. Their registration will be valid from 1st October. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah. And now only without looking you can answer. Can they claim ITC 1 day before? The day you are liable for registration 1st October, uske pehle ka din, 30th of September. Sure. Listen, dear students, you all are staying till here. Thank you so much. Harshita, Durga, Reshma, right? All of you. Then listen, very important is to have that trust in yourself. If there is something technical and tough in exam, definitely there is something very easy which you have seen and you know effective date. आपके टीचर्स ने या मेरे साथ पढ़े तो मैंने भी बहुत बार रिविजन कराया वो सब. Effective date. If you apply within 30 days of the date you are liable, from the date you are liable, that will be your effective date of registration. Yeah. So you all are going to score very nicely, right? Chalo. Third question. E-way bill se related hai. Ananya needs transport one consignment transporter and the distance within the same state, okay, between go down and transporter is 20. See, whenever the distance is less than 50 kilometers, you need not fill up the B part. But then transporter to consignee, it is 99 kilometers. So what's the answer? Which of the following statement is true to fill up the part B? Part B need not be filled up in respect of consignment from the go down. Part B is neither required to be filled. नहीं, दोनों में से एक में तो fill up करना पड़ेगा. Transporter to fill up the and दोनों में नहीं. Here they are saying don't do. They have to do in one part. Part B need not be filled from transporter of the consignment from the go down of Anonya to the transporter. Why? Because that is less than 50 kilometers. Uske baad it is more than 50 kilometers. That's all for this. Small questions now. Sani and company importing following services during the month of February. Okay. Architect services from Vipul, a partner who resides 1 lakh. Said service was paid but not used for furtherance of the business. So if they are using the service not related to business, they don't have to compute the amount of import of service that will be treated as supply. Okay. This is for consideration, no? So with consideration, even if it is related to business or not, it is going to be taxable. Import of services for consideration, whether used for business or personal, but if it is with consideration, it is going to be taxable. Management consultancy, renowned lawyer, ex-employee, the value of the said service, even though it was used, no consideration was received. If it is for further, no consideration. See, when you import the service and it is without consideration, it will be taxable only if it is from a related person. Okay, so yahan to nahi aaye. Only 1 lakh will be the answer. Taxable. Okay, last one. Anish, a sole proprietor, has generated e-challan 5th September. Oh, e-challan's validity is 15 days. So 5th to 15th. 28th of December. So easy question. From your documentation, they are asking very easy question. Okay, right. Now ITC one, I am just checking the answer because we don't have time that much to solve it wholly. List price. Subsidy, if it is received from central government, you will not include. Subsidy by NGO, add. Municipal tax, add. Packing charges, add. And then you get the route. Okay? Right. Acha, when you are doing question for ITC, very important is which month? March month. So in raw material, if material is not received, you will not get the ITC. Membership of the club, you will not get the ITC because it is not statutory. If it is statutory, are you seeing these reasons written in bracket? You have to write this, dear students. Yeah. Inputs to be received 6 lot. Out of that, only first lot is received. No. You will get ITC when you receive the last lot. Trucks used for transport. Yes. Trucks, for transport of goods, ITC is available. ITC on capital goods, GST paid on items for which invoice is missing. तो जितना invoice है उतने पे मिलेगा. Okay? Capital goods for which invoice is not available, you will not get. That's the gist of this question. Okay? This is the same now value of supply. Always they will ask the questions like this. Value of supply, alag se bhi pucha, usme bhi pucha. Okay. Shanya, Import of service. Are you observing import of service? If they're asking so much, why can't we just learn the table that import of services with consideration related to business, furtherance of business, or personal taxable? Import of services without consideration is taxable if it is received from distinct related person. Shania received interior decoration services located in Bandra from David, who is wholly dependent. Yeah, very well. Huh? Even if it is without consideration. Will your answer change if Shania has taken same question we have done from study material also? Not the residence, but business premises. Yeah? तभी भी taxable होगा. Check the answer of this. Huh? It's the relative and it is dependent. Shania has received interior decoration service from the related person. Hence, very well, it will be taxable. Schedule 1. Import of the services from related person. If Shania has received interior decoration for her residence and not in course of the business, consequently, services provided by the related persons would not be taxable. Okay? If it is personal with consideration, furtherance of business taxable. With consideration, personal, not taxable. Without consideration, related to the distinct person taxable. Read that table once again, it will be clear. Okay. हाँ. Tax of supply ये एकदम simple question है. Registered GTA provided service to unregistered person. So let the GTA pay the tax under forward charge 12%. अगर वो registered रहता तो he would have paid RCM. And in hospital, generally per day rent 5,000 के ऊपर it's taxable. But here it is ICU or NIICU, so this is going to be exempt. Let us read. Huh? If you feel I'm going fast and you're watching recording, pause the video and check. See, बिल्कुल taxable है under the forward charge only because the recipient is unregistered. And ICU and all this unit, even if it exceeds, it's exempt. That's what I told you. Okay, right. GPT is carrying out, this is study material question now, time of supply कि कब, मतलब बहुत ही ज्यादा easy questions हैं ये study material के किए हुए होंगे. You must have also done it in the study material. See now, if they miss out and from one book to another book, can they adjust the payment? Yes. Accounts and records maintained by a registered. All theory questions are there. So I'm completing the GST MTP2. Remaining questions are like already in the study material, exactly same questions they have asked. MTP1 के question अच्छे थे हमने किए. Actually, I wanted to take all the case scenario also for this RTP. ठीक है, some separate class I am able to spare time. अभी total income questions I have to do. Okay, was the session fruitful to all of you? Put some messages. Last 3 hours, did you get the confidence? Did you get presentation? Did you get some knowledge and insights? Yeah, thank you. Okay, I want to take up the capital gain ka question. RTP तो पूरा किधर आ गया? Case scenario. Oh, I went to GST part. RTP is having very nice questions. Again, I'm saying for the amendments part. Okay. But I'm discussing the capital gain question. Yes. Let us read the 7th question, capital gain, and why you have to work out two options. I hope you remember 23rd July 2024 is the date when the tax rates got changed. आरटीपी का यही प्रॉब्लम है, बहुत स्क्रॉल करना पड़ता है अप एंड डाउन. Priya has been financial aware with her investment in January 22. She saw an opportunity and she purchased gold, believing it would be safe. In October 24, gold prices dropped and she decided to sell her jewelry. Okay, she has sold the jewelry in October, so no indexation. Now, she sold the house in 1st December, 80 lakhs. So whenever you sell house after 23rd of July 24, which is acquired before, you have option to pay tax at the rate of 20% with indexation or 12.5% without indexation. Okay? So she has sold the house in 80 lakhs. Stamp duty value is 90 lakhs. So obviously 90 lakhs will take as sale consideration. She purchased the house on July 1998 for 880. Oh, हमारे जमाने में. So if you purchase the house before 1st April 2001, you have to take original cost or fair market value, whichever is higher. But here there's a googly which is asked so much in MCQs also. Cost or the FMV on, ma'am, why 2001? Because index rates are starting from 2001, right? Okay. Now, if index rates are starting from 2001, then cost or fair market value, whichever is higher. So take this. But fair market value should not exceed the stamp duty value. So now what will you take the cost? 10 lakhs. And she had incurred brokerage 1% of the purchase cost. At the time of purchasing only 880. But if you add the brokerage also, it is less than 10 lakhs. So take the house as 10 lakhs. And now 100 has become 363. 10 lakh has become how much? Wo le lo. So you'll get the capital gain. And now important is to calculate the capital gain in both the ways. Come to the answer. It's a very easy problem which is going to come in exam. See, jewelry sold and purchased, direct capital gain. Since, please write the reason. Since the jewelry is sold after 23rd July, okay, this. Now, full value of consideration 90 lakhs. Cost 880 stamp duty or fair market value or ये सब मिला के what you have to take 10 lakhs. Yeah, so 80 lakhs without indexation you have taken. Okay, now jewelry के ऊपर तो 12.5% tax is there, no indexation. हाँ, now on the house, okay, you have option 90 lakhs, now 10 lakhs into 363 divided by 100. Just now I've told you, do the indexation. And on this, calculate 20% tax. That's coming to 1074. I hope you are getting. With indexation, it's coming to 1074. Without indexation. Without indexation, it's very easy. You have sold the house in 90, cost is 10, 80. 80 lakhs pay 12.5%. So this is coming. Now, wherever tax is coming lower, with indexation 1074. Without the whichever is lower, you can take. And jewelry pay the fixed hai, so this is the tax you have to pay. Or surcharge also, why you have to take? Because the income is exceeding 50 lakhs. So 10% surcharge on tax and on tax plus surcharge cess. How is the question? I feel it's really very good. This question is really very good. Capital gain का question है, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है. Nice. Did you follow the question and presentation? Rest all the questions are very easy. Only I feel that amendment part you should do. ये add less वाला तो बहुत ही simple है. Only thing is I'm not taking, but you do the amendments and the case scenario because they are all related to like GSTR1 is such a nice question they have given, GSTR1 exactly they will. You all know about 1A or 2 minutes? I'll just explain. You file your GSTR 1A by 10th of the next month. GSTR 1, output tax liability, so that other can take input. And then GSTR TB by 20th of that month, output minus input. If you have filed output and if there is some change needed, rather than doing the change in the next one, anyhow you can, there's no concept of revised return in GST, but you can amend your returns. I mean, say amend means do the changes in next return till 30th of November or date of filing annual return, whichever is earlier, 2025. So here one GSTR 1A they have added. Once you have filed GSTR 1 and 20th of the next month, GSTR 1 is, say you have filed on 10th of May and 20th May. In this period, if there are any errors in GSTR 1, you can rectify there itself. Your 1 will be changed by way of 1A. Your 3B will automatically corrected. But ITC, you can't avail in May. Though I have done the correction after 10, ITC you will get in June month. Okay. Either MCQ will come or I am expecting write a short note on GSTR 1A, including all the features. They are given very nice. Don't refer any other book. But if you feel, ma'am, amendments, watch amendment lecture in the playlist, watch one shot revision lecture, and straight you solve RTP. Don't solve RTP without watching 1 hour 15 minutes amendment lecture is there. So that amendment, how they are incorporating you. 3 hours is actually tiring for me also, because normally we get time ki now you all copy, I am sitting. Take down the problem nicely now. This is the practice batch. This is the regular batch scenario. But in these kind of classes, lot of energy up is required. I've tried my best to give you best input. And if you have trusted me, two things I want: put a message or your feedback here also, or in the Insta from where you've got the link or wherever. That will be a testimonial. 2 decades I have not taken testimonial from students who are qualified in 2013-14. When I meet them, I feel so good. They're settled, doing too good in their practice in the corporate world. But now it is the need of the hour, right? So this is one thing. And second thing is, let us close the class with a prayer. Once you start taking your responsibility, you get all the power within you. You will stop the blaming. Coaching अच्छा नहीं था, out of portion था, ये था, वो था. In COVID, 2 times in the COVID also I have taught online and students have cleared CA exam, CMA. So there is always some blockage, something. But in the flow, the exams are happening, result is coming. No, you also go in the flow, clear your group, go ahead in your journey, get your degree, live a wonderful life, return back to your parents, to your family, to your society, monetarily, in other ways, value wise, when you get the degree. So trust me and say this prayer with me. I accept myself. I love myself. Stop criticizing yourself for small things. I take 100% responsibility of all my actions, behaviors, emotions, decisions. It's all in my hand. I always have a choice when you take this power. Whatever I'm learning, I'm able to recollect, and my pen is flowing in exam, and I'm writing very nice, and my result is awesome. Thank you. That's all for today's class. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Would surely be glad to help you in group 2 for costing. ये group 1 खत्म करो. Attempts by attempts, जा रहे time pass हो रहा, फिर attempt, ऐसे मत करो. Everything, leave aside everything, you and your studies. Nothing should come in between. Any doubts you have in any ITC or bigger question which I have solved, click the picture and share it with me. I've shared my number, you all have. Otherwise, write it down: 92900 65156. This WhatsApp number. No one will pick up the call. You drop your query and you will get a solution in 24 hours. Subscribe to the channel till exam. I'm putting up more videos of full RTP solving, total income questions, comparative old and new, and many more things. That's all. CA Dipti Chheda here. Bye bye. Thank you, all of you.